Hey kids, welcome back to music class. Music class, you might be asking, well, Mr. Monday, why are you in your truck? Well, I'm headed over to my good friend Doug's house, and Doug is an awesome guitarist, and he works for Gibson. If you've never heard of Gibson, Gibson makes some of the best guitars in the world, and he's a guitar technician, so he knows how to build them, which is really cool. So we're going to go over to his house and play a little bit of music. And we're also going to take a look at some guitars and see how they work. So I hope you're excited, and I'll see you at Doug's house in just a moment. All right, kids, we're here. So let's go in and see what he's up to. Hey, kids, now we're in Doug's studio. Yeah, here's Doug. Say hi, Doug.
Hey guys.
It's pretty cool. We got guitars everywhere. Like I said, he works at Gibson, so he's got everything. He's even got a cool drum set, and that's what I play. And we move over here. This is some padding, so it sounds good in here. And right here's his mixing room. This is where he mixes all the music when we record our rehearsals. Pretty cool, huh? All right, let's go back in here.
Hi kids, my name's Doug. I'm a friend of your teacher Jason. We're going to talk about guitars today. This one here is actually called a classical guitar. And if you can see the strings, you'll notice these are nylon strings. So they're not steel strings like you would see on a normal guitar. So the guitar has a smaller body. This one actually has a cedar top on it, meaning the top of it's made out of cedar wood, and a mahogany neck. And the fingerboard, where you see these frets right here, this is ebony. And it's a dark colored wood. So usually these you'll see these played in a lot of Latin music, classical music, and their sound is a warm sound. It's not real bright and real tinny. And so this is a classical guitar. So you'll notice up here you'll have an open tuning row here. The headstock is open. Unlike an acoustic guitar, which we'll talk about in a minute, where the tuners are on the side, you can actually see these through the headstock. So that is a classical guitar. Thank you. Hello again. We're off to another guitar. This is an acoustic guitar. And this is what they call a folk style acoustic. The body is a little bit smaller than a regular, what they call a dreadnought acoustic, which is what you usually see people playing on TV is the full size guitar. So this one, the body of it's a little bit smaller, and it's a little more comfortable for me to play at least. So on these, unlike the classical guitar, this one has steel strings on it. So all the strings on this are steel. And on this one, we have a rosewood fingerboard, which is this part right here. And then the back of it is maple. So now these frets right here, these pieces you see right here, these are called frets. And whenever you want to change the pitch of the guitar, you change frets. So if you want to make a higher pitch, you go up. So you can go. So that's how you change your pitch, and then that's how you play chords, is by changing frets. So as you shorten the distance between the saddle, which is this piece right here, and the fingerboard, the pitch will get higher. So if I go this way with it, go down, I'm expanding the distance between the saddle and the fret, so the pitch will lower. So that is an acoustic guitar. Now this one, I can actually plug into an amp. This is called a preamp right here. So I can take a cord and plug in right here, or actually right here, and I can play it through a PA system or play it through an amp, and That way I don't have to put a microphone in front of it if I'm playing in a large place. So that's one benefit to having a preamp on an acoustic guitar, is you can plug it into a PA or plug it into an amp and you can make it louder. So loud is good. All right, that's an acoustic guitar. All right, so we've talked about the classical guitar, the acoustic guitar. We're now on to the electric guitar. This one in particular is a Gibson Les Paul. So we have, this is different in the fact that it has to be amplified. So we have pickups here. This is what picks up the sound that you hear. So each one of these are called pull pieces right here. So anytime the string vibrates, it's going to pick up the string. And then I can switch pickups. Right now I'm on this pickup, and it gives a brighter sound. If I switch to this pickup, it gives a warmer sound. But it works the same way. So, again, we have a few more controls on an electric guitar than we do an acoustic. So we have a volume control right here. We have a tone control. And then we have the same for the other pickup. Volume and tone. Now the sound that's being, the sound is generated from an amp, and there's many different kinds of amps. We have amps over here, the red one there, the Vox over there. There's you another amp. Those are very loud amps, very hard to control. So on this one, I have what's called a floor amp, and it's right here. That's lit up. And all these little boxes around it do something. So this here would be what's called a delay pedal. If you can hear it, you can hear it keep repeating itself. Then we have one of my favorites. It's a wah pedal. So so that's your wah pedal. You'll hear that used in a lot of different styles of music. Then we have a phase pedal. Made famous from everyone from Merle Haggard to Eddie Van Halen. Or was it Waylon Jennings used them too? So that's called a pedal board, and on the pedal board sits the amp. Over here is your speaker. The sound comes out. And that is your electric guitar. So this is a bass guitar, and a bass guitar is actually an octave lower than a regular guitar. So these 4 strings, you'll notice it's got 4 strings instead of 6. So they are an octave lower than the guitar. So it's an octave lower than the low E, the low A, the low D, and the low G. So they're octave lower than the guitar. So it helps in a musical format. It covers the lower frequency spectrum of the music. So when you're listening to, if you see a band playing and you hear the lower spectrum, the lower end of the musical spectrum, always look to the bass player. He's probably over there playing all the low notes. Very good. This is Dan, by the way,
And a lot of
our
times,
resident bass player.
and a lot of times, modern bass players aren't limited to just the low end anymore. A lot of newer bass players are starting to play on the upper register as a lead instrument.
And that is the bass guitar.
Pretty awesome, huh, kids? Pretty awesome players. I'd like to thank Dan and Doug, and we will see you next time.